You're all set?
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Yeah, thanks for your time. You were running for Congress. What was the pivot point when you decided, I want to run for governor? And here's why.
Well, the real pivot point, I was asked way back in November by multiple state reps and people all over the state. The real pivot point was actually not Sununu's Trump comments, like everyone would assume. It was actually his comments about voters and about the state legislature. He no longer believes in the movement. He no longer believes in the destination. The same way a general cannot command an army when you don't believe in the outcome of the war, so too does it go in politics. You can't be a leader of a movement if you don't believe in the movement. And as we've seen over the past couple weeks, the governor doesn't believe in the movement anymore. And
Could you give some examples of that where he shows he's not a real conservative?
well, his pro-life stance, which is weird because in 2016 he told a bunch of pro-life groups that were specific pieces of legislation that he would sign, and he put it in writing that he would sign them. Then they hit his desk and he didn't. Then you have the parental rights bill. Then you have the mask mandates bill. And then on top of it, in order to get the budget passed, he was supposed to pass restrictions on emergency powers without state house approval. And he decided that apparently his word doesn't mean anything beyond the momentary convenience of getting what he wants, which makes him in true form a politician. And I would rather have a statesman in office, if anything. So, in order to move forward, we need someone who actually has a plan for New Hampshire and has a plan for what they're going to do, and who believes in movement, because the left has gone so far left, they're just not even having rational conversations anymore. Those are not people that you sit down and negotiate with when they're advocating for third-term abortion, which 80% of the country doesn't agree with, or leaving a baby dying on a tray after it's survived an attempted abortion. Frankly, the governor's proven that his word doesn't mean anything, either to voters or to the state legislature, his own party, which is why he's being confronted with paperwork for a censure. And by all means, I hope they go through with it, not for my own means, but because there needs to be some sort of accountability. When you lie to your party, you lie to voters, you don't deserve to be taken seriously, you deserve to be held accountable.
And how do you feel about other, there could be as many as 3, even more Republican challenges. What does that mean for a guy like you who's trying to get a one-on-one with him? Does that make it harder for you to draw the contrast? Tell me why.
Not at all, because as far as the governor goes, he's vanilla, non-chocolate, in more ways than one. We're diametrically opposites. So, as far as I'm concerned, we're the easiest comparison, because you're not comparing apples and apples, you're comparing apples and oranges. The other candidates, they're all great. I know them all personally. Yeah. They're fantastic people, and as far as I'm concerned, in the market of ideas, the best ideas will win out. So I wish everybody the best. But the goal is, at the end of the day, that we provide solutions to people in their daily lives using conservatism and conservative principles of governance, which is protecting the Constitution and the state constitution respectively, protecting the Republic and people's inalienable rights. And it should really be that simple.
Why not consolidate, between the 3 or 4 of you and, really try and get.
We probably will. Like, I don't have an ego, so it's not about me. If one of the candidates has a better shot in a month or 2 from now of removing Sununu and providing better solutions for our state, I'll back out and I'll support that candidate. And in the general election, whoever wins the primary, I'll support them. Because at the end of the day, I don't believe that we're in a position where we can all be taking shots at each other. Democrats are very good at taking their shots at each other behind closed doors. As Republicans, we normally do it in public. And I would prefer if we settle it between us pretty privately and respectfully, and we run on the issues, not the personal stuff.
Just explain quickly, you know, why you decided to switch races this late.
Well, to be honest, I actually like everybody in the CD1 race. They're all friends of mine. It's really hard to run against people that you actually like. And the governor, well, the governor's made it very clear, as I said before, that he's not a part of this. He's not a part of this movement. He has no attachment to the Republican Party other than the R in front of his name. And as far as I'm concerned, you can't be the head of the party if that's your attitude.
And just kind of to repeat, but just what's your pitch against Sununu? Why you, why not Sununu?
Well, very simply, I have solutions I want to provide for this state. There's a lot of issues that we need to work on. Parental rights is one of them. There's absolutely no reason why any government should be telling that parents don't have the right to have a say in their child's education or in any health care provided to them while they're in the custody of schools. We don't just pass our children off to the schools for them to do whatever they want. Government is supposed to be held accountable and supposed to be limited to exactly what it's designed to do. Our teachers should not be acting as psychologists. They're not certified for that. We have actual social workers, we have actual guidance counselors in schools who are supposed to be providing a similar role. Teachers should not be doing that. That's not something that weighs into their job. We need to get back to where it was actually about education, about the pure unbridled acquisition of knowledge. As far as I'm concerned, we also have an energy crisis in the state. Energy is skyrocketing, gas prices are going up. Now, can't really start drilling in New Hampshire. We don't really have those resources, but we could bring a thorium reactor to New Hampshire and become the chief disposal site for nuclear waste throughout the country. And it's actual renewable energy, not wind and solar, which is a fantasy. Yeah, I have no problem moving into the future and having renewable energy and moving off fossil fuels, but right now fossil fuels are what we need to survive. My car runs on it, my house runs on it, there's no getting around it. Heating oil has almost doubled, gas has almost doubled from what it was. We're not heading in a good direction right now. And the only way that I believe that we can save the country is by saving the respective states first. And New Hampshire has always led the way throughout history, and it should lead the way now.
Former President Donald Trump has said Chris Sununu should be challenged by somebody in this primary. Are you actively seeking his endorsement for this race, and do you think there's a possibility you'll get it?
I would hope that he would give me his endorsement. I know many people who know him personally. I've worked with Kimberly Klasick and many candidates all over the country. And to be honest, I've been a big Trump supporter. I've knew people in the Trump administration, like Pastor Darrell Scott and Pastor Mark Robinson. So there's no reason that I shouldn't be looked at, but at the same time, this is about New Hampshire and it's about Granite Staters. So if he wants to endorse me, that's great. If he endorses another candidate, that's just fine. I do think his endorsement is going to weigh very heavily into the primary because it's going to put a lot of steam behind whoever's in a position to take out Sununu.
Anything else you wanted to add, you wanted to talk about, we didn't ask you about, Julian?
No, not right now.
Okay.
By all means, anyone who wants to look up on me, please go check my website, Julian4nh.com. Read up on me, and you can call me anytime. My number is right on there, and it goes right to my pocket. So.
Okay. Great. Good luck to you.
See you soon.
Yeah.
Great stories recently, by the way.
See you on the trail. See you on the trail.